What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the one and only Dog Waters, and I'm back with part two of funding your research and how to get things done. Again, this is for the overall Bigfoot Dogman community, how you can make things happen, and the purpose of me even exposing these things and sharing these things so people to use them. And also, later on down the road, when people talk ridiculous trash, I will be mentioning this to them that everything that they need is there, but it's up to them if they're going to use it. All right, so what we're about to go into is solving some of the, excuse me, got me a little coffee. Let me go full radio host on you guys, because when I used to have my radio show down here in New Orleans, there was these certain sound effects you need to do. All right, so you got things that you're supposed to do in the radio business, just for dramatic effects. All right, so even though there's nothing written on this paper, because that's what we would do. You start talking, shaking the paper to get people to pay attention. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Shaking the paper like I'm shaking you. All right. I showed you guys some of the resources that were on YouTube earlier. And here's what people face. So someone will listen to what I said earlier today, and they'll say, well, James, I hear what you're saying about funding my research, but I have no clue about how to do a grant proposal. I'm a terrible writer. I don't know how to research grants. I don't know how to do anything. All right. So the first thing you have to come to terms with is that nothing is free. And if you come to terms with the fact that nothing on this planet is free, even YouTube, which you guys are listening to me on, is not free. You're paying attention. You're literally paying people with your attention. And your attention comes at a cost. So whatever you're watching at this moment in time, you could be doing something for you and your family. You could be hanging out with your son or daughter. You could be changing the oil on your car. In fact, your attention has been monetized to the point to where people make millions of dollars off of your attention. That is one of the craziest things about being in this field, where people say things like, this person is all about the money, or this person is all about monetizing things, when the simple fact that they're actually watching to comment means that they are spending their attention, and they don't even understand the power of their attention, and they're spending their attention to talk negatively, which is paying the person that they're listening to and feeding an entire ecosystem, and they're not getting nothing out of it but being negative. But nonetheless, I'm not here to talk about that. But if you just think about what I'm saying to you, your attention is money. It's been monetized. It's been weaponized. And so what do you do with your attention? What do you pay attention to actually be successful in any way, shape, or form? How do we go about it? How do we overcome these little hurdles that people run into? I'm going to show you some of the tools that you use. Let's go. Boom. All right. So for the average person who's a field researcher, and I promise you guys one thing that's listening, out of all the stuff that I put out, this is the most important information. This is probably going to have the lowest views, right? When I put out this Bigfoot story in a couple of hours about Bigfoot, Neil and Wyatt and Bigfoot and fireworks, everybody and mama going to pay attention to it. But that's just how this world operates. All right. So you are trying to figure out, how in the hell am I going to get a grant written, right? Or how do I find someone to research grants? I don't know how to research grants, right? So find a service like Fiverr Web Research. Virtual assistant, do web research starting at $10. Online web research starting at $30. $10, $5. So what you're trying to tell me is for $5, like this guy right here, data mining, web scrapping, data collection. So you mean to tell me for $5 I can get somebody to scrap a whole government website of all the grants or federal funding for botany? For $5, I can get all that information put into an Excel spreadsheet. Oh, we don't believe me. Let's go see. Let's go look at what this guy's saying he offers. I will do 1 hour data entry, data mining, web research. 3 hours for $15, 5 hours for $25. So what you're trying to tell me is for $25, I can have an individual dedicate 5 hours of their time to finding me the information that I need so I can be successful. It's not bad. All right, let's just see. Let's just say we working together to figure out something. So we got $25 we spent to find um, every grant based on the website that has to do with botany. That's something that's going to get me in the field. All right, so I need to write a proposal, right? I don't know how to write. I'm not a good writer. I need to write a proposal. Let's just see, grant proposal. Oh, there it is, grant writing. Well, let's just type in grant proposal. I wonder how much that costs. Now we know this is a grant. We want to make sure that it's good. So I ain't gonna just pay nobody $60. I gotta find somebody who got game, right? So I'm looking for somebody who got a high rating. They're making it happen. I'm gonna spend a little money on this. I'm not spending $10 on this and expecting to get a result, right? So I'm gonna come up here. Let's see. I want the top rated seller. See who the top rated person is. All right, now I'm looking at who did the most work. This guy got 2. This guy got 3. Shorty right here done did 120 jobs. Let me see what Shorty talking about. 10 days, cover letter. You receive a grant cover letter or letter of intent, $130. You receive a well-written grant proposal up to 3,000 words, $450. You'll receive a well-written grant proposal up to 5,000 words, $650. Now, somebody may be saying, "Shit, bro, you bugged out. That's like $400 for a proposal. Why am I gonna spend that money on a proposal?" Just depends on what the grant is that you're targeting. So if it's a $10,000 grant, are you gonna bark at spending 450 to get 10,000? If it's 20,000, are you gonna bark at 450 to get 20,000? That's the question you got to ask yourself. And this, I'm going for a top end person based on what I'm seeing, right? You can always go with somebody um, that is a lesser skill, but I'm going to balance it off and I'm going to spend that paper. So let's just say we went with this. That's 400, and then the other one was $25. So I'm at $475, and I'm submitting a grant to somebody, right? Now let's just say you say I don't have a nonprofit. I just want to I want to compile my research data into, I don't know, a booklet, right? I've been out in the field. I got all this data. hmm. Booklet brochure design, $25, $20. You see, there is no excuse for anybody in this field that considers themselves to be a researcher, a field researcher, a YouTuber. There legit is no excuse for you to not accomplish anything. There's no excuse for anybody to sit here and judge anybody else. When you're sitting there and admiring someone else's work or feeling like someone is doing better than you and you haven't accomplished your goal, it really is on you because everything is here for you. We found where you can go out and research and find those grants. We found someone that would actually write a proposal. That's a high end number, right? Um, and that's actually cheap because down here, for example, let's say you're going for the 21st century grant, which could be for an organization anywhere between $25 and $50,000. The grant writer normally charges you 5 to 10% of the money once it comes in. So we're talking about an opportunity for you to make stuff happen um, at a relatively cheap price. Now, of course, the cheaper you pay, you know what I'm saying, expect some kind of shady result. So you want to spend a little bit of money. But here's a tool for each and every person, and there's plenty of these that are out there. There's Upwork. Another one, same thing. Let's just see, grants, research, $120 an hour, $40 an hour, $32 an hour, $80 an hour, $75 an hour. $35 an hour. This is just for researching grants. Tell a person what you want. They'll help you find it. Grant. Let me make sure this is showing up on the screen. I believe it's showing up. All right. Grant researcher. Grant application. Oh, here's somebody that can fill out the grant applications. It's one of those things to where if you want to be in this field and be considered serious, it's more than just going out into the woods. Irregardless of how you feel about monetization, if you plan on being successful in any way, you're going to have to treat it like a business and go about things the right way. And that's a lot of the problems that we see in this field. Is this lighter is ridiculous. People treat it like a hobby and then hate on people who treat it like a business, because the people who treat it like a business have results. One of the larger YouTubers that I talked to for this event, he and I had that same conversation. He's like, I treat this like a business. I do something every day to grow it. And he was like, it's amazing how people hate on the fact that I grow, but I treat it like a business. And when we're talking about actual field research investigation, you're treating it, a lot of people are treating it like, oh, it's just, this is what I do. It's my hobby. I go out in the field. And then when you get hobby results, you wonder why, because you're treating it like a hobby. And you get hobby results. It's all about the intentions that you put into doing this. So I wanted to show you guys these resources so you can in turn turn around and do what you need to do to be successful. Again, ain't nobody doing this. Even people on my team was like, man, you shouldn't show people stuff like that. Like, whatever. From my perspective, come on, cigar light. There we go. From my perspective, I want to see you be successful. I want to see you fulfill your dreams. I want to see you hit your goals. I want to see you do whatever it is that you want to do in life. Even for the people who hate on me, I want to see you be successful and your family be successful. Your success does not affect my success in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't. I mean, my success is truly up to me and the effort and energy I put into it, and yours is up to you. If I can give you a helping hand in doing it, then I'll give it to you. Now, but my issue is when you want to tear me down, then we have a problem and we got to deal with it one way or the other. But as far as someone being successful, as far as someone achieving their dreams, I want to see everybody do that. It's important that people, for men, it's important mental health wise, that they have an opportunity to achieve their dreams, because a lot of men you'll find that are depressed and upset and unhappy, they're actually that way because they're not pursuing their dreams. They're not out conquering and doing anything. They're stagnated. And so this field is a field that's dominated by men. Sometimes the men in this field act like women. And what I mean by that is they're emotional, overly emotional, but nonetheless, it's a male dominated field. And that field, and a lot of it comes from, a lot of the strife comes from people not knowing and not being able to admit that they don't know. And so you don't have to admit it. I'm just going to show it to you because I know you don't know. And that's cool. It is what it is. There was a point in time where I ain't know. I had to, and I'm giving you guys stuff that I learned over 20 years. I mean, hardcore hand-to-hand combat business. Hey man, we need a proposal written tomorrow. This thing is out tomorrow, man. We need something written. Let's get somebody to do this. Let's outsource it. Let them write it. Then let's go back and read through it and add what we need to add to it. Bada bing, bada boom. Get in the car and drive it up to college in Alexandria, Louisiana, and then put the proposal in, and then wait 2 weeks, then follow up and make sure we get our proposal. Next thing you know, you got the contract to provide all the freaking toilet tissue at the university, right? It's those type of things, but you have to have the right intention, the right intent, and you have to be, and I don't mean like intentions like on some, the secret type stuff. Like people are like, oh, it's all about your intentions. No, you got to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? You can intend to do a whole lot of things, but you got to put that work in. Sit down and do it. But I'm showing you ways to outsource and make things happen for you, um, as opposed to you having to just do everything. Now, for a person who says, "Man, I ain't got $62. I don't have $30. I don't have $20." All right, then you need to reassess if this is what you really need to be doing. Because if it's a hobby and you don't have the money to pursue your hobby and turn it into something that's like serious, then assess what you're doing. Maybe you need to back off and go do something else and then circle back once you got everything else in order. Um, but it's cut and dry. Like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna commit to it. If you're not gonna do it, then you're just not gonna do it. And if you can't do it, there's nothing wrong with that. That means there's something else wrong. That means there's something else you need to deal with and something else you need to fix in order to make this happen. You smell me? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I want to do part 2 of this, get it out to the public. We got less people here, but it is what it is. I kind of anticipated this, and we'll make it happen. Why does that look so small like that, man? Well, what's the deal with that? I don't know what the deal with that is. I didn't want to update. All right. Peace out.